Hey there, how there, ho there's Jeff Cutter Diamond, welcoming you to yet another Stoical Hockey video. And today we have a big matchup between the 1991 Toronto Maple Leafs and the 1992 Toronto Maple Leafs. Why am I doing a Battle of Toronto teams? Well, it's because of this guy, Cliff Fletcher, who was an NHL executive. He spent 8 decades with the NHL. He was got in 1956 and became a GM for the Flames, the Leafs, and the Coyotes. He actually helped Calgary win its only Stanley Cup championship as GM of the '89 squad, and he was senior advisor to the Leafs. So he became a scout in the Montreal system under Sam Pollock, becoming the general manager of the Verdun Blues. And then he joined St. Louis when they needed to scout Eastern Canadian teams and became an assistant GM. He started becoming the GM by the time he went to Kansas City in the Central Hockey League, and Atlanta gave him the job to run the NHL team when they were going to the league alongside the Islanders. He spent 10 yeah. He spent all his time with the Atlanta Flames as general manager, remaining with the Flames in that capacity through and after the teams moved to Calgary. And then in the first decade Calgary was in the city of Calgary. He helped them win 2 division titles, 2 Campbell Conference championships as top team in the conference, and 2 President's trophies. During his tenure in Calgary, he actually got Sergei Priakin to join in 1988, becoming the first player from the Iron Curtain to do so. There were disagreements with the Calgary organization, so he moved to the Leafs to serve as chief operating officer, president, and general manager. He was that massive mastermind in that great 10-player deal that got Gary Leeman, Michel Petit, Jeff Reese, Greg Berube, and Alex Kajenyek sent to Calgary for Doug Gilmour, Jamie McCowan, Rick Natras, Rick Wamsley, and Kent Manderville. And Fletcher was the one who actually hired Pat Burns as head coach. So, yeah, as Calgary general manager, he was pretty good and all that. Yeah, and he knew the Calgary system, and he knew Gilmour was unhappy. McCowan would be good too. Natras, nah, not really. Wamsley was okay. So, Fletcher, the best thing about Fletcher is that, after Harold Ballard died, the team's new owners had no desire to meddle in the hockey operations, giving Fletcher a free hand. So it worked out. His second year as GM, the Leafs put up 44 wins and 99 points. They got to the Stanley Finals, losing to those pesky Kings. Gilbert was a superstar. Was the runner-up for the Hart Trophy for MVP, won the Selke for Best Defensive Forward. Pat Burns won the Jack Adams Award as Coach of the Year. And Cliff Fletcher probably would have won Executive of the Year, the NHL GM of the Year, if that was awarded in 1993. Yeah. So, so pretty much, everything happened. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Fletcher was done for by 96 because they had 2 conference final runs and they couldn't do anything else. He actually remained with Toronto until he head to Florida to be the Tampa senior advisor to the GM. And then when Demers left, Fletcher had it all that. Yeah, and then when Jacques Demers announced that his illiteracy happened, he had functional illiteracy. He actually needed Fletcher's help and all that. Cliff became the Phoenix manager GM in 2001 and actually passed it on to Mike Barnett, but he was fired in 2007, and then the Leafs picked him up to be GM, replacing that pastor John Ferguson Jr. He's served as GM for 6 months and then became an executive for Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, and Brian Burke took over as GM. He's an advisor and all that. His son Chuck was the GM of Minnesota and Philadelphia and died at 90. He was working with the organization up to the day he died. So yeah, I could have easily done like a Calgary versus Toronto thing, but I just wanted to see the old Toronto Maple Leafs before Fletcher and the new Toronto Maple Leafs with Fletcher. And of course, Stone Cold Hockey doesn't do all the seasons, so there's two of them. All right, so we're gonna autoplay until we get to someone to 3. The 92 team with a shutout 3-0 as Fuhr beats Jeff Reese. That was a big move Cliff Fletcher made, getting Grant Fuhr that 7-player deal alongside Craig Berube and uh, Glenn Anderson, Ford Vincent Dampu, Scott Ford, and Peter Ing, and Luke Richardson. The 92 team, Guy LaRose, Bob Rouse, and Doug Gilmour scoring the goals. Yeah. Game 2 sees the 91 team win 5-3 as Peter Ing beats Walmsley. The 91 team, Lehman, Petit, Lehman, Dampu, Reed scoring the goals. Dave Reed left for Boston. Vince Dampu left for Edmonton in that deal. Michel Petit went somewhere. I can't remember where he went. Lehman went to Calgary in the Grand deal. Pearson scored twice, and Mike Foligno for the 92 team. Game 3 sees the 92 team win 5-4. Fuhr beats Ing. The 91 team, Hannon, Lieben, Hannon, and Shedden. Everything rhymes. 92, Gilmour, Brian Bradley, Ketcheter, Glenn Anderson, Kucheletsky, and Anderson. Kucheletsky was some kind of deal. I forget what type of deal he was there. Game 4 sees the 92 team wins en par la Gachillon. Thanks to Glenn Anderson from Loiselle as Walmsley beats Ing. So the 92 team is up 3-1. So that means game 5. It'll be Walmsley versus Ing. The 92 team, Fuhr was the main guy. Walmsley was number 2. Jeff Reese number 3. Ing. Some youngster by the name of Felix Potvin was the first string goalie. On the other side, Peter Ing, Jeff Reese, Damian Rhodes, remember him, Atlanta fans, and Ottawa fans, and Alec Buster. So yeah, the goalies, there were no shortage of changes. Let's see. I don't think Merriwell was gone. Wendell Clark still was there. Krusheletsky, oh, he was up at 91. Gary Lehman was not. Dave Reed was not. Peter Cecil, I think, was. Dave Hannon did both seasons. Right? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Rob Ramage did not. Lucien Debevois did. Season Michel Petit did both seasons. Oh no, he was dumped soon. Kevin McGuire, Dave Ellett did both seasons. I know that. Doug Shedden, Mike Flingo, Aaron Brodin, Tom Fergus, Todd Gills, Thibodeau, Rob Samana, Luke Richardson, Brian Bradley. So the 91 squad, Finning Dampu, great player. Everyone forgets he was a Leaf before Habitant. He was traded to Edmonton in that Grant Fuhr trade, and then he was traded to Montreal for Skrulin, was it? I don't remember. No, Corson. Daniel Marois was a decent player. Wendell Clark, the bruiser, who became captain in 91-92. Mike Kucheletsky, former Oiler. Gary Lehman, 50-goal scorer for them. Dave Reed, a short-handed specialist. Peter Cecil, known for playing soccer as well. Dave Hannon, decent player. He was traded to Buffalo with Grant Fuhr for Andrechuk. Rob Ramage, who was the team captain, but unfortunately he did that car crash that killed Magnuson. Lucien Debevois, okay. Michel Petit for Kevin McGuire, Dave Ellett, great defenseman. Doug Shedden, Mike Foligno, Aaron Brodin, part of the Brodin brothers. Tom Fergus, Todd Gill. Decent defenseman, but was badly hated by the fans. Gilles Thibodeau, Rob Samata, Luke Richardson, who was in that trade to Edmonton, Brian Bradley, Kitchener. 92, Glenn Anderson added from Edmonton, Wendell Clark still around, Dave Ellett still around, Peter Cecil, Doug Gilmour added from Calgary, Mike Bullard, not the comedian, Rob Pearson played for the team, Brian Bradley got more time, Kucheletsky, Guy LaRose played, Lucien Debevois, Joe Sacco, the youngster, at the time. Claude Loisel, Leaping Mike Foligno, Rob Sameta, Bobby Rouse, Jamie McCowan came from Calgary, Alex Gardiniak, although he should have a line cross because he was not with the team at the end. Todd Gill, Rick Natras was there, Daryl Shannon. So, let's see what happens. 2 minutes into the game, aggression. And the 91 team gets a penalty. It's no boost. 92, another chance. Oh, Anderson had a shot. He missed. 1 minute later. Shot. Oh, Gilmore. Much later. And Anderson had a chance and he missed. 2 minutes later. Orange Krasnetsky, his second from Debois and Ellett. 3 minutes later. Chance for Sacco, though. 2 minutes later. Todd Gill. And he scores! Power play goal. Daniel in your eyes. I don't know the Elton John song. Marwa, his second from Dumpus and Krushelewski. After one period, the 91 team's up 2-0. 5 minutes later. Remember, the 91 team is pre-Fletcher, the 92 post-Fletcher. 4 minutes later. That's for Dubois. No. 1 minute later. Shot. Oh, no. Much later. Sameta. Jutskier. Power play goal. Orange Crush for the 92 squad. His second from Gill and Sameta. 2-1. 3 minutes later. The fight between Debois and Hannon. So the 92 team loses Debois for 5 minutes. The 91 team loses Hannon for 5 minutes. I don't know who it hurts more. I think the 91 team it hurts more. Much later. And the 91 team is Ellett. It's a tie. Ellett and the kill the zone, which means that the next dice roll is happening. 5 minutes later. It's Krushelewski. Chance for Del Boost? No. Yes, and he scores. Power play goal. Elliott. That's Ellett. His first from Reed and Ramage. Rob Ramage with 7 assists. You should have assisted Keith Magnuson. Aggression. They have a chance to tie it up, but they kill the zone. Kevin McGuire. Swansley. Game 6. We'll see Ing against Pot then. The 92 team decides to put King Felix in. A young King Felix. He wore the cage mask. I remember that because he got Dipsy Doodle by Jeremy Roenick wearing those 75th anniversary jerseys. 4 minutes into the game. The 91 team Cecil Dove. Much later. No. Daniel Mirawak could not score. 2 minutes later. And they score! Dave Reed between the lines. His second for Krushelewski and Dumpus. 1-0. 1 minute later. No. The team tries to score. 4 minutes later. Jarrett's stamina is up. 1-0 for the 91 team trying to force a game 7. Imagine a game 7. Much later. 92 takes the penalty. It's Rouse. Chance? No. Marawa missed. Chance again. Lehman. No. 2 minutes later. Action. Nothing. Much later. 5 minutes. That pass and she scores. Elliott. His third from Cecil makes it 1-1. 2 minutes later. 91. McGuire? No. No. 1-1. 1 minute. That's for the 92ers. Gilmore. Aye. 2 minutes later. Clark. Up, power play goal. Leap high in the air, Foligno. A second from Ellett and Anderson, 2-1. 3 minutes later. Enforcer, aggression. Fight. 91 and 92. There's a fight. McGuire and Pearson going toe to toe. I don't think anyone's going to miss anyway. 92 player kept another guy in the box. It's Gill. Chance for jump boost. No. The 92 team gets another penalty. It's freaking Debois. But nothing. Wow. 91 team penalty on Debois. Trying to ice this game. Score somehow. Krzyzewski, Orange Crush, his third. It's 2-2. Power play. And 20 minutes of overtime must be played. 2-2. Segment killed. That's for the win, Clark. No. For the serious note. 2 minutes late. That's no. Reed missed it. 4 minutes late. Overtime heroics. Michel Petit. His second from Gillen Debois. We got a game 7 on our pause. The 91 Leafs did it. They went 3-2. Peter Ing is the hero. Felix tried everything in his power, but he couldn't. What a job. What a game by the 91 Leafs. They forced game 7 on prolongation. Well, we go to game 7. They went Walmsley versus Reese. Yeah, Walmsley versus Reese. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Reese played for both teams. He was the one who traded to Calgary. Well, they went aggression. Skill. They score. Leap high in the air, Mike Foligno. The 91 Foligno leaps in the air. His first from Hannon. 1 minute. No. 5 minutes left. Chance. Score. Mr. Anderson. His fourth from Bradley and Ellett. 1-1. 2 minutes later. 91, no. 1 to 20 minutes. Split. Attention. Major on the 91 team. Luke Richards said it's going to get 5 minutes of the box. He was one of the guys sent to Edmonton in the Grand Fear deal. Now the 92 Leafs can score any good time in the 5 minutes. Buffalo can't. Segment killed. Power play chance. Foligno. And they kill the zone. Back. And the 92 Leafs get penalized. It's Rouse. 2 minutes later. Chance. Skiers. Oh, Captain, my Captain. His first from Rouse and Debois. 3 minutes. Tied? No. Three minutes. Chance? No. 3 minutes later. Fight. Foligno and Gill going toe to toe. It hurts that I went to because it was 2-2 tie. Debois from Shannon and Cecil. 3 minutes. Nice one. Oh, Shannon had a chance. Nice team gets penalized skill. Samantha cannot take the shot. And guess what? We have a game 7 overtime. The 91 team pre-Fletcher gets the 92 team post-Fletcher. 1 minute. Yes, marijuana. No. Secure. Overtime heroics. Dave Ellett from Cecil and Gilmore. And the 92 Leafs do win game 7. What a job they did. Walmsley beats Reese. It was all for naught. What a race. What a match. What a series for the 92 team. They win on prolongation. The 91 team, 3-2, Reese 0-2. No David Rhodes? No Alan Bester. Rob Ravage with 7 points. Dave Hannon and Bishop Petit 6. Ravage didn't even score a goal. Krzyzewski and Lehman scored 3. And the 92 team, Walmsley 2-2, Fuhr 2-0, Potat 0-1. Surprised they went with Walmsley. Reese. 11 points for Dave Ellett. 4 goals, 7 assists. Tied with Glenn Anderson. So 6 points. So, anyway, the 92 team does win, so Cliff Fletcher technically wins. But RIP, never the same. I'm Jeff Diamond.